Hi guys, so today I am going to be doing a 2011 favourites video. Now if you watch me on a regular basis you'll know that I do monthly favourites every single month, but because it's the end of the year or the beginning of a new year, I decided that I would do kind of like my top favourites from the whole year, which there are a lot of them, so I'm going to jump right into it and start talking about my favourites because there have been some amazing discoveries for me makeup and beauty and fragrance wise this year. So the number one favourite, which I thought deserved to go first because it's my favourite makeup discovery of the year, this will come as no surprise to anyone that watches me on a regular basis, is Chanel's Vital Lumiere Aqua foundation. I have used this foundation I think it came out right at the beginning of the year, so I've used it for almost a year, and I try out so many different products. Like I'm lucky enough to get sent a lot of products. I also buy a lot of products, and no matter which foundation I use or try, I've always come back to this and I absolutely adore it. I think it's great. I actually have two of these in different colours. This one is B20, which is the colour I am now, so it's my winter shade, and I've had this since the beginning of the year and I haven't run out of it yet. I obviously haven't been using it every single day because in the summer I went to B40, but for a tiny little bottle, it looks really small. It seems to last a very, very long time and it's just amazing. So I love that. I have a full review on it, which I'll link in the information bar below if you guys want to see it. Moving on, my favourite concealer of the year has to be Collection 2000's Lasting Perfection. This is absolutely amazing. It's quite a thick concealer, but it's great for blemishes. And it also, if you dab it, Gem's Maquillage, or Gemma, my friend, taught me this, if you dab it in any areas where you have large pores, it actually fills your pores as well. So amazing concealer, absolutely amazing, and it's £4. I love that. Moving on to mascaras. I've got two favourite mascaras for this year, and there was a third one that almost made it into the video, and I actually tried it on this morning. It's what I have on right now, and I decided not to put it in because it was kind of clumpy, but the one that almost made it in was Benefit's They're Real because it is really, really good, but I think it's very expensive, and after a few months it does get quite clumpy, so that's kind of why it isn't in here, but that is also really good. The ones that I have chosen to be included are my Bare Minerals Brushless Mascara, the Magic Wand Mascara, which there's been so much debate because I did a proper full review of this a few months ago, and so many people said that they can't get it, especially in the States. A lot of people said they can only get it in Bare Minerals stores in the UK. For some reason it's been discontinued in the States. I'm not entirely sure what the situation is. It is amazing. If you can get your hands on it, it's absolutely great. And like I said just a minute ago, I have done a full review on it, which I will link in the information bar below as well, but that's great. If you want really kind of full but defined looking lashes, very, very natural, but very, very long, then that's amazing. My second favourite mascara is the L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes Luminizer for green eyes. What a long name. This is basically the new version of the Volume Million Lashes, which came out at, I don't know if it was last year or the beginning of this year. And they do three different varieties, one for green eyes, one for blue eyes, and one for brown eyes. I kind of have hazel eyes, they're kind of in between green and brown, but I went for the green because I like to accentuate the green in my eyes. The mascara is absolutely amazing. Like, if you guys haven't used Volume Million Lashes before, I'd really recommend it. It's very, very volumizing. If you like very dramatic lashes, it's very, very volumizing. It's quite a little bit clumpy, but in a good way, I find. I really, really love that. And obviously it's a drugstore one. It is quite expensive. It's £10-ish, I think, but definitely worth it. I love that, and it's lasted quite a long time as well. I've been using it every day for the last couple of months. And it's great, so I love that. Moving on to eyeliner, there's only one eyeliner that's made it into my yearly favourites, and it's a liquid liner, which is so unlike me because until I discovered this, I was always slanting towards kohl or gel. I'd never really been a huge fan of liquid until I discovered this, which is Pop Beauty's Ink Outliner, and it is the fattest, chunkiest, it's like a felt tip pen you've ever seen in your life, but it makes applying liquid eyeliner, doing cat eyes, so easy. So if you struggle with liquid eyeliner, I would definitely recommend that, and I think it's £10 too, so it's not too pricey. It's expensive for like what you get, it's tiny, but compared to some of the high-end stuff, which I find harder to apply, I think that's quite a good deal, so I really, really love that. One eyebrow product, which this looks really gross because I've had it for a while now and it's really, really dirty, is MAC's Brow Set. I never really like doing much to my eyebrows. I don't really like the kind of overly groomed eyebrow look. You guys might notice my eyebrows are quite big, but they do require a little bit of taming and a little bit of filling in because I've got a few scars in them. But I find that this is just absolutely amazing. It's basically like hair gel for your eyebrows. It comes with a little mascara wand. You just shape your eyebrows in it and it stays all day. So I've just used this obviously a lot this year, and it picks up a little bit of the colour if you pencil your brows in, and goes back into the tube. So I think I need to buy a new one of these, but absolutely amazing nonetheless, and definitely one of my favourites for 2011. Moving on to lip products, I actually have quite a few different lip products. I'm going to start with gloss. My #1 favourite gloss this year has been MAC's Cream Sheen Glass in Delight, which I thought was limited edition, but it's actually not, which is great news. It's a perfect kind of your lips but better kind of colour. It is really smooth, really creamy, not sticky, tastes great, stays on for a long time, and it's generally amazing. I absolutely love this, and I did the makeup for my brother's wedding in September, and this is what I used on his wife, and she loved it. So it's definitely kind of, it's great for every day, but also if you want a very natural but still beautiful look, I absolutely love that lip gloss. And it's got quite a lot of pigmentation too. It's not very sheer, so it's kind of, you can skip lipstick if you want to wear that as well, so it's a good one if you don't want to be bothered with putting lipstick on and lip gloss or anything like that. For lip balm, you guys probably know that I've been obsessed with this for the last few months. Elizabeth Arden's 8-Hour Lip Treatment is just amazing. It's the lip version of their very, very famous 8-Hour cream, and it is amazing. And I've used loads of it, so I'll probably need another one of those soon as well. And then for lipsticks, I've got a variety of lipstick rather than just one specific colour. And my favourite lipsticks by far this year that I've discovered have been the Chanel Rouge Coco Shines, which I'm not entirely sure when they were released. I'm sure it was this year, but I can't remember when. I have 3 of these. I have Boy, which is my most used one, which is definitely, like, if you're going to buy one, this is the best everyday colour ever. It's just a kind of muted pink, natural pink, and it has a tiny, tiny bit of shimmer in it, which is really beautiful as well. And then I also have Bonheur, which is a darker kind of berry shade, but it's very sheer. And then finally I have Chance, or Chance if you are French, which is presumably how it's meant to be pronounced because it's Chanel, which is a kind of brighter, it's almost like, it's not quite a Barbie pink, but it's almost there. But because it's very sheer, it shows up. It actually shows up as almost like a baby pink, which is really, really nice. Those are the 3 next to each other. You can barely see them because, you know, they are very, very sheer. But they are just my perfect kind of formulation of lipstick. They're sheer, they're very kind of moisturising, they just leave your lips feeling very, very nice and beautiful, and they just add a hint of colour. I absolutely love them, and I'm definitely going to be getting some more, maybe in duty free when I head out to LA this week. I don't know, so we'll see what happens there, but they have definitely been my favourite lipsticks of 2011. I'm almost done with the makeup right now. I've got a few more things to show you. The first one is a blush duo, and this is not necessarily because it's a duo, it's just what I've found myself been going back and back and back to over and over again. And I believe I got this in, it was when Ingrid was staying last time. It was either in January or May. I can't remember on which trip I actually got this, but it was when she was here. It is the NARS Orgasm and Angelica blush duo, and you guys I'm sure will all have heard of NARS Orgasm blush. I was really skeptical of getting it because I always thought it looked a bit too shimmery and not really my thing, but since I've got this, I've worn it pretty much like at least a couple of times a week, and I just keep going back to it and back to it. Angelica's a bit brighter, so I don't tend to wear that as much, but it's a great colour if you're kind of going out in evenings. Also, if you're very, very pale, whenever I do my sister's makeup, I always use this blush on her because it really suits her, and she's got very kind of pale, almost translucent skin. I know I look pale, but she's a lot paler than me. Yeah, so that's really, really good colour if you're very pale. And I find with NARS products, what is the biggest kind of telltale sign of a really good product is one that stays in your makeup bag. And like I said with the foundations, I try so much makeup. I am like a makeup guinea pig. But this is something that actually has stayed in my makeup bag pretty much all year, and that really says something, that it doesn't kind of get rotated out and in and, you know, I rediscover it. It's pretty much been a constant in my makeup routine this year, so it's amazing. And then again, not for NARS, the Laguna bronzer, which I've just hit pan on in this corner. I must have a strange kind of brush swirling technique in here, because most people hit pan kind of around the centre, but yeah, that's just an amazing bronzer, and one that has stayed in my makeup bag for most of the year as well. So those two from NARS are absolutely amazing. And then almost finally, I've got two more products to show you. For eyeshadows, the Naked palette, you guys will pretty much, I'm sure you'll all have heard of this. It's just been really great for me this year. I've been using it all the time and I absolutely love it, especially the colours. I tend to use Naked, which is the matte, which is great for eyebrows as well. Naked, Sin, Virgin, and then Toasted I use a lot as well, which is this one. I just think that's great. As for the Naked 2 palette, I haven't actually seen one in real life yet, but I'm kind of unsure about it, because for me the Naked palette kind of has all of the everyday colours that I would need. I think the Naked 2 palette is a little bit overkill. I don't know. I'm going to test it out and see in real life when I'm in the States. I'm sure I'll see it. I haven't actually been to London since it's been released to actually see it, but I'm sure I'll check it out. But overall, I think the Naked, I'm happy just having one Naked palette. I don't really need another one, so that's the Naked palette. And then finally for makeup, my last favourite is Skindinavia setting spray. This is actually a new bottle, but I don't think I've used powder to set my foundation this year at all. I mean, maybe the occasional once or twice, but generally on a day-to-day basis I use my Skindinavia spray. I have the dry skin formula because I've got dry skin, but it also comes in oily skin formula and I think like normal combination skin formula, and I know people with all different skin types that have used this and they love it. It's great. It makes your makeup stay on, it stops you looking cakey, that kind of, you know, that powdery, like cakey look that you get on your skin when you have too much powder and you have to top up the powder and it just ends up as a big cakey mess. This stops that happening and I really, really like it. So that is the Skindinavia. Okay, so that is it for the makeup. Moving on to skincare. I've only got 3 skincare items this year, and it's basically because I've stopped kind of switching out my skincare all the time. It's really, really bad for your skin to kind of keep swapping, and I kind of discovered that through making the mistake myself. When you're blogging, it's really, really easy to want to try out lots of products in order to be able to write reviews for all you guys, and you know, if there's any hype around certain products, it's really, really tempting to just go out and try different stuff and swap up every time you run out of a product to get a different one. But I've learned that you should keep going with the same products, especially if they deliver results for your skin. So I still change in terms of like face wipes and occasionally face wash, but I found products that I'm going to keep using throughout hopefully the whole of 2012. The first one's Melvita Extraordinary Water, and I use the rose variety. This is kind of in between a toner and a serum. It just leaves your skin feeling so clean and fresh and really, really lovely, and it smells like roses. It's gorgeous, and it's £12 for this bottle, which is 200ml? 100ml. And I've had this for a good few months now and I've just about used half of it, and some of it's in a travel bottle as well, so I've probably used 2/3 of it. So I love that and I will keep using that. The next thing is Origins Vitazing. Again, I did a review on this. Most products that are absolutely exceptional, I'll do kind of their own little review because I get so excited about them, I want to kind of review them for you guys. Yeah, Origins Vitazing, it is a kind of tinted moisturiser, but it kind of adapts to your skin tone. It has a little tint, it comes out silver and you rub it in and it kind of just blends with your skin tone. It gives you a tiny bit of coverage, SPF 15. It's amazing for those days when you just want to kind of, if you're just around the house or if you're just running to the shop or something, you don't want to put on like full foundation or anything. It's great just to use this, and I use it as my daily moisturiser. I absolutely love it. This one is totally empty, so I'm definitely going to buy a new one this week, hopefully, so I love that. And then finally, this is the weirdest favourite, I think, is the Bare Minerals Pure Transformation Night Treatment. And this is basically like Bare Minerals foundation. It has coverage, it's a coloured powder that has coverage, it comes with the brush in it. You use it at night, so you put it on before you go to bed, you wash your face, moisturise your face, and then you put this on. And it seems so unnatural. When I first used it, I was like, I couldn't get my head around it. I thought it was so weird. But I honestly, like, really think this helps my skin. I haven't really had any bad breakouts since I've been using this. I use it probably twice a week just before I go to bed, and it's great. You can get a clear variety, but this is the light colour, which is really light. It's like, when I first got it was, I think it was the end of summer, so I was still a little bit tan, so it did look a bit dodgy when I put it on. It was kind of like ghost face, but it's actually a really good match for my skin now, so I go to bed like with perfect skin. It's so weird, and I'm not really particularly bothered about that. Like, I don't really mind not having makeup on, but it's very strange to go to bed with foundation on, but it's actually quite nice because you kind of look flawless when you go to sleep. I did a review of this on my blog, which I will also link in the information bar below. I'm going to be seriously good if I remember to link all of these things that I'm saying that I will link, so if I haven't linked anything then let me know in the comments and I will link it. So yeah, the Bare Minerals treatment is really amazing. It's not cheap, it's about £45 I think, but it lasts for a long time and it works, so I absolutely really love that and I would recommend it. Moving on to hair care, I've only got 3 items for hair care, and if you guys watch my videos on a regular basis you won't be surprised by these. The first one is Eucerin shampoo. I've got really sensitive scalp and this stuff just really helps. It just makes it feel so much better, like not dry or itchy or anything. It's very gentle, doesn't smell, and it just helps kind of keep my scalp going. It doesn't do anything amazing for my hair, but it doesn't irritate my scalp, which is quite hard to find for me, so I love that. And then next up is my Joico K-Pack Intense Hydrator, which is meant to be a treatment, but I use it as a conditioner every time I wash my hair. Amazing. It smells kind of like strawberry and banana milkshake, and it leaves your hair just feeling glossy, beautiful, hydrated, and generally amazing. I love that. This is the pink ribbon edition for breast cancer. It's normally like a kind of taupey brown colour. Love that. And then finally for hair, my Unite 7 Seconds Leave-In Conditioner. This stuff is an absolute miracle. If you get knotty hair, it is just absolutely incredible, and every time I run out of it and I start using something else, I kind of forget how good it was, and then I go back to it and I'm like, oh, I can't live without this stuff. So that's amazing. Very hard to find if you're in the UK, but I think you can get it from Harrods, you can get it from their online boutique place, I think, and you can get it from some salons, but it's quite hard to find. I found this just off Oxford Street in the smallest salon in the world. It had like 2 people in it and they had like 3 of their products, but this was one of them, so that's amazing. And then for kind of body care products slash miscellaneous, I've got a couple of things from Soap & Glory. A special mention for Soap & Glory as well for my 2011 favourites. They are one of my favourite brands of 2011. I got my first products from them for Christmas last year and I've been hooked ever since. They're just amazing. So the first one is the Hand Food Hand Cream. If you guys haven't heard about this, it's basically the most amazing hand cream in the whole world. It's non-greasy, it leaves your hands feeling super moisturised, and it smells amazing. Absolutely love it. And then secondly is the Righteous Butter, which is basically the body version of the hand cream. It smells the same. It's super soft. Oh my god, it just smells so good. And it leaves your skin just feeling really velvety and nice. And they have cool pink packaging as well, and it's not too expensive. I think it's about £8. And the hand cream is like £2.50 for the mini one. So Soap & Glory get big thumbs up for me for the whole year, and their makeup line is also great. I just couldn't fit any of it in, but Soap & Glory amazing. Just a little extra mention. Moving on to perfumes, I've actually got 3 perfumes, and this was kind of hard because I was debating on whether to put one of them in because I was like, it's not quite as good as the others, but I've loved it a lot this year. So this one is kind of like an honourable mention rather than an actual as much of a favourite as the other 2, but the Eyshadow Eau de Parfum, or Eyshadow Le Parfum, I have loved this year. I bought it, I think it's like a week after it came out. I really like it. It's very sweet, it's quite sickly, but it's kind of like more of a grown-up version of most of the sweet fragrances. If you like things like Britney Spears and all those kind of sweet perfumes, this is kind of a grown-up version of that, so it smells a bit more sophisticated, but it's still quite sweet. I love the bottle too, I think it's gorgeous, so I love that. And then moving on to my 2 like proper perfume favourites. I don't think the first one will come as a surprise because I harp on about it all the time. Jo Malone's Dark Amber and Ginger Lily finally became part of their full line this year, which it's been limited edition a couple of times over the last few years. It kind of comes in and out, but now you can buy it all the time. You can only get it in 100ml, which is kind of annoying because the 100ml Jo Malone fragrances are expensive. They're like 60 something pounds, while the 30ml ones are like, I think the 30ml ones are £30, so it's a bit more affordable, but this is worth it. I just love the way this smells. It's just amazing. I love that. And then secondly, or thirdly, is the Vera Wang Love Struck perfume, which firstly the bottle is just amazing. I just absolutely adore this bottle, and the perfume is just really lovely. It's kind of like, it reminds me of Princess, Vera Wang's kind of, not, was it the first? No, it wasn't the first one she brought out, but you guys know Vera Wang Princess, I'm sure, in the heart-shaped bottle. It reminds me of that, but a little bit more kind of sexy. I just love it. I just think it's stunning and definitely one of my favourite releases of the year. And I actually got to go to the launch and see Leighton Meester and Vera Wang as well, because Leighton Meester is the face of Love Struck, which was amazing. So yeah, I really, really like this. Finally, moving on to nails, and I had a little bit of a fail with nails because I went to stay with my sister this weekend and left 3 of my favourite nail products at her house. So you're gonna have to use your imagination when it comes to those. The first one, I'm gonna talk about the ones I have first, and then talk about the imaginary ones. The first favourite goes to a brand, and it's Orly, who have. They've been around for a while in the UK, but they used to be quite hard to find, I think. I think you could buy them in salons. I'm not entirely sure, maybe you couldn't, but they have recently come to Boots, and you can buy their Mini Mani tiny bottles, and I just absolutely love their polishes. They have such cool colours, I especially love this one, which is Oh Cabana Boy, which is my most recent purchase, which is very, very gorgeous. It's like a bright pink with almost like a gold shimmer in it. I love it. It's like a blue tone shimmer, and it looks gold at the bottom. Yeah, I absolutely love that anyway, and Orly in general. And I love mini bottles of nail polish because I rarely finish like a whole bottle of nail polish, and by the time you get to the bottom as well, they've kind of usually gone all gloopy, and you have to put a little bit of nail varnish remover in them to thin them out and stuff, and it just kind of gets messy. So I really like having smaller bottles. The next thing for a brand is Ciate. Which this is just one of theirs. This is Knickerbocker Glory, which is a gorgeous bright pink, but I absolutely love Ciate. I've used their top coat, their base coat, some of the gorgeous colours. Sugared Almonds is a great nude, and Cream Tea, I think it's called, is like a taupey shimmery colour I've loved this year. But in general, like, I think their polishes are amazing, like consistency wise. They are just really, really lovely, so I love them. And then on to like individual products rather than brands. Essie's Mademoiselle, which is this one, is a great colour if you kind of don't really want a colour, like if you're working or if you don't want a bright colour. This one is really, really great because I find that when you paint it over your nails, it's almost translucent, so you need like 3 coats to get a decent amount of coverage, but it almost looks like you have almost like a French manicure, but not quite. So you know the look that you get when you have gel nails, it's that similar kind of thing, like natural pink and white. I really, really love that. And then the imaginary polishes that you're going to have to vision in your mind, because I've spoken about them quite a lot before. The first one is Nubar's Gem, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous lilac-y taupe colour with holographic glitter in it, which has definitely been my favourite polish discovery of the year. I absolutely adore that. And secondly, a top coat, Sally Hansen's Insta-Dri is amazing. I've been using that pretty much all year and absolutely love it. And then finally, for a base coat, I've been using Trine's Nail Repair, or Trin. I honestly don't know how to pronounce that brand, who knows, which I got in one of my Carmine boxes. I've been using that all the time, and my nails have grown so much, like, they're just stronger. I've got the weakest, most flaky, cracky, horrible nails ever, and using that has really helped. So that is it for my yearly favourites. I actually feel like my voice is about to go. I can feel myself kind of, I think I need to like be silent for a few hours now because I've been talking so fast for so long. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you did, if you haven't subscribed already, that is. And yeah, I would love to know what your favourites of 2011 were. If you make videos, maybe leave it as a video response, or even just write in the comments if you have a particularly favourite product that you have loved in 2011, maybe think that I should try in 2012. I would love to know. Yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great week, and I will see you very soon. Bye!